Hello, everybody. I'm Jaret Reddick. And this is a podcast. Jaret Goes to the Movies. Hopefully you have seen or heard one of my many musical endeavors. And if you have, then you know how much I love movies. This is movie commentary with no movie knowledge. This podcast is me and my friend Rich talking about movies that we like. But my name's on it because I'm famous. This is Jaret Goes to the Movies. Still. Okay, we're starting now.
Here. Your mama wants to speak with you. Come on, Pete. Take these fool things off.
Oh my God, that is leading into some sad ass shit. Way to set it up, Rich. Really great to be here. My name is Jaret. This is Jaret Goes to the Movies. With me, as always, is Rich.
Hello, Jaret.
And we're so grateful to have Casey back for the whole podcast.
Thank God.
Hi.
There she is. Yeah, were you here? No, Tim was here. Tim's been here a lot.
I was here last time. What was last
And
time?
I feel like you went in and out though, right? What was Revenge of the Nerds was last
Revenge
week?
of the Nerds.
Yeah, I was here.
You were here the whole time?
No, she was here the whole time. It was great.
Not that you noticed.
I did my best to notice, but I'm trying to do a show, and I love you so much. Oh my God! Last weekend was Easter. It was a great celebration of the
Easter?
3 days later, and all of that. Rich, did you have a good Easter?
Yes.
People are dropping like flies. Gary Shandling is dead. Patty Duke is dead. Jesus Christ. No, seriously. I thought about you on Easter, and I thought to myself, maybe we should have all gotten together, but we were on the road quite a bit and driving around.
Yeah, you went to your mom's, right? Or your
Went
dad's
to my dad's church and watched him preach and had a bunch of food made by women that have been cooking for a really long time, and it was freaking delicious. Holy shit, it was really good. But I do want you to know that I did think about you, and I wondered if you were, what you were doing, or whether
I just listened to you all weekend.
Yeah, me?
Yeah.
Oh, you were editing.
Yeah, I was editing
weekend, right.
Saturday. Yeah,
I get it. Well, good for you. You fucking made it. Guys, this week we're talking about Guardians of the Galaxy. Before we roll into it. If you are a Patreon supporter, thank you. If you would like to be a Patreon supporter, go to jaretgoesthemovies.com and click on support. Basically, what that gets you is some extra stuff that we cut out of the episodes because we do try to make them something you would listen to on a commute.
Exactly.
Also, you can hear us every Friday on KVGI Radio, and so we have some time constraints on that as well. KVGI Radio is an internet radio station. You can just type in KVGI radio and just go there and stream it right then. But
you could be a producer like Dave Murray.
You could do that. Yes.
Ashley C.
That's right.
Sheila Ray Wonder. And Wendy Kampf.
There we go. Wendy.
Am I pronouncing that?
Do you have that right?
I don't know.
Do you?
I'm just pronouncing all the letters. I'm not even sure they're in the right order.
So what a big week. What a big fucking week it was. I mean, dude, when... again, and I know I'm not supposed to get too much into current events. Gary Shandling.
I know.
Were you a fan at all?
Fuck yeah. Larry Sanders was amazing.
Yeah, so I actually remember watching him doing stand-up back in the day, and he was on the very first Comic Relief, which I've referred to many times on this show. And by the way, this is show number 23. We're Michael Jordan now. We fucking did it. If you're just joining us for the first time,
Michael Jordan plays some sort of sport.
He played the basketball.
Got it.
And chances are you owned some of his shoes.
That's
and
probably
didn't
true.
know it. Yeah. And what was the movie that you like?
Space Jam.
Yeah, Space Jam.
Oh God,
he was that. So Gary Shandling. I used to watch the Gary Shandling show back in the day. So he's kind of like one of the first dudes to have a successful show on a cable network. I mean, that was on Showtime, I believe. And then the Larry Sanders...
HBO?
Was it? No, I believe it was on Showtime, I think.
Okay.
Don't fact check me, motherfuckers. And then I do think that... then I do know that the Larry Sanders show was on HBO. But, Do you remember the Gary Shandling show at all? Like,
Oh, yeah.
This is the theme to Gary show.
Yeah. I watched it.
Oh my god!
It's got
so
his sets in the middle of the big warehouse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
so good, man.
Yeah, it was good. It wasn't as good as Larry Sanders, but it was good.
But, you know, I never got into Larry Sanders.
What?
I wanted to talk to you about that. So now that he's passed away, they're going to put that all out on HBO Go. And I thought that might be something cool to talk about.
So freaking
It
good.
might be something cool to, like, get other people to watch it with us just because.
Yeah, no, that would be great.
My thing is that I know of the Larry Sanders show, obviously, because it was on, but there's also Hey Now. And if you listen to this podcast, you know that I listen to Howard Stern religiously, and Hey
Right.
Now is a whole thing. So
from Larry Sanders. Yep.
and that was written
Hank.
on the pilot accidentally. He needed a catchphrase. He needed to be Ed to Gary Shandling's Johnny. Yeah. So anyway, he's going to be super missed, and man, 68 is way too young to go. Ladies and gentlemen, Guardians of the Galaxy came out in 2014. A group of intergalactic criminals are forced to work together to stop a fanatical warrior from taking control of the universe. The director was James Gunn, not to be confused with Tim Gunn.
Or Peter Gunn.
Designers. That is not him. James Gunn and Nicole Perriman. This movie stars Chris Pratt, who I never watched the show where Amy Poehler is in charge of the neighborhood. What is that show called?
Parks and
Parks and Rec.
Recreation.
I never watched that, but I have seen it on airplanes. So I
You've
have
literally seen it on airplanes.
Yes, yeah. So
That's where he got that from.
Well, oh, that's from that.
Yeah, Rob Lowe's on that. That's where.
And that's where he says it.
Right.
Okay, I get it. But I
It's the best.
It's the
yeah, I've only watched it on, and I think everybody on there is really funny. I think Aziz is really funny.
It's
and-
like The Office. I think
It's
that whenever
Office
when
light.
you watch it, like you kind of have to do the character building in order to really think it's funny. Like
Yeah.
you can watch it and go, "That's kind of
I
funny."
feel
had
like
a-
there's a lot more turnover on that show though, because I feel like
There was a lot of
any
turnover.
time that I do watch it, there's somebody else.
But I feel
there.
like they had like the main cast throughout the whole thing.
I love this. I love that Vin Diesel gets second billing,
right.
and he has 2 lines in the entire movie.
Correct. Yeah.
He has "I am Groot" and "We are Groot." That's it.
But he nailed it.
He fucking killed. Bradley Cooper, who I don't even think Casey had figured out that it was him until I pointed it out, because he's doing that aggressive, like New Yorkie sort of accent. He
He based that on Joe Pesci's Goodfellas character.
he killed in this. He absolutely
So
killed.
good. He does really. I didn't realize until this past year that he really does awesome voices. Like he's
Yeah.
really,
Yeah.
really good.
Now, I think there's a couple of really important cast members that we need to point out. I think, first of all, we should point out Michael Rooker. Now, Michael Rooker, the only place I had seen him before we started this podcast,
The Walking Dead.
no, that's just it, see, was only thing that I remembered him being in was Mallrats, which we haven't done, obviously. We
Right.
haven't done a Kevin
I
Smith
didn't
movie.
know he was in that.
He's the dad in Mallrats.
Oh, okay.
The guy with the game show that likes the stinky pretzels. Now, we figured out that he's also in Tombstone. He's
Right.
Everybody's in Tombstone doesn't count.
Yeah,
okay,
that's true.
so we're going to take that off. Let me take that off real quick. So -1, Michael Rooker. All right, so he's in this 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, then Walking Dead happens. And so I'm only in season 2.
right.
Maybe I may be on 3. I only saw him when he first got handcuffed to the pipe,
Right.
and then he came back in his brother's dreams. So far, I don't
Right.
know if that's going to be
Right.
There's going to be more to that. I don't know, but anyway, Michael Rooker making a splash in this movie, being I think the best fucking villain.
He's
for
awesome,
sure.
right?
I mean, I just think
He's the best thing in everything he's
when
in.
he pulls that fucking jacket back. And I mean, everybody knows. I mean, just like, okay, well, I should
shit,
not
here it
fuck
goes.
with this guy.
No.
It's
'Cause
crazy.
he's got the coolest weapon
It's
on
the coolest weapon maybe in the history of comic books. And then, oh, Jesus Christ. This is a tough one to talk about, guys. All right, I'm just going to do it. Zoe Saldana, the star of my first motion picture. She was the...
Columbiana?
no. So Zoe was actually in Crossroads,
She was?
at which I played Anson Mount's band leader. Boy, did we have a great time making that movie.
What is a band leader?
I was the leader of the band.
Did you play in the band?
Yeah, I played in the
okay.
band, and then I taught Anson Mount how to play I think we did Greatest Day. I can't remember what song we played, but it's one of mine. So Zoe was in that. The whole fucking time I'm watching this movie, I'm like, who is that?
Are you serious?
Not figure it out. Yeah, but we're in a movie together.
That's hilarious.
And we'll get into 6 Degrees of Kevin Bacon once again later on, won't we?
Yeah.
She was in that movie, The Losers. Did you ever see The Losers?
Yes.
I love that movie.
That was a good movie.
Has Chris Evans in
I
it.
forgot all about it. Yeah. All right. So the music in this movie, right off the bat, we heard it in the first clip, fucking makes this movie. This movie's
100%.
Oh my God!
Yeah,
the soundtrack
the soundtrack
for this movie
is so great.
Goodfellas had an amazing soundtrack.
Yeah.
I don't think it holds a candle to this soundtrack.
I think this one is pretty amazing, and I think the fact that it all revolves around this Walkman
right.
that this kid
that he got from his mom.
Yeah,
and he wouldn't hold her hand right before he died, and he totally regrets that.
Yeah.
And it haunts him.
Yeah.
For his whole life.
Right. But that doesn't have anything to do with the Walkman. It's just, and maybe that's the reason why he
It's
didn't
the symbolism
he
of his
doesn't
mother,
open the
yeah.
gift or whatever. Yeah, but it is, and he does. He says, my mom used to put these songs on this cassette, and it was songs she used to listen to. And he just, from the beginning of the movie. So let's go opening scene, okay?
Also, Analog is so much better than I remember it being. I haven't listened to songs this old in a long time. Analog is amazing.
What are you talking about?
Analog instruments and analog organs and stuff.
Yeah.
Oh my God, it's so rich.
Yeah.
Like,
are you just saying that because that's your name?
No. What? Oh no. You didn't pick up on that?
No, I did, but we put that on every record. Like everything has an undertone of that whole world, for sure.
That's why you're famous.
Well, that
I think we just pegged it.
The sex tape helped.
The sex tape, yeah. That too.
Absolutely. It was me
Like
and
a fucking Kardashian.
me and Rivers Cuomo. I was just shoving his face in the headboard, and then I broke his glasses with my semen.
It's a love story.
Dear Grandpa is gonna take such good care of you. At least until your daddy comes back to get you. So take my hand. Peter.
Pete, come on.
Take my hand.
With me. You have to stay here. Please. Okay?
I have one question for you.
Sure.
Did you cry?
You know what? I didn't, and here's why. And I have a tendency, so almost, Casey teared up, but we had sat down, and I had my afternoon of work planned, and I was going to actually do all that first. We were going to watch it later in the afternoon. I had taken Everett to school a little bit late today. We had like a morning of just hanging out and messing around and playing and stuff. And so I got him to school, and I texted Casey. I'm just like, hey, I'll pick up lunch. Why don't we watch the movie as soon as I get home? So I get home at, I think it's about 11. And we sit down with our sandwiches, and this fucking movie opens up. And it's this kid with a Walkman. And that song kicks in. And I'm like, oh, shit. And then Greg Henry, who plays everybody's dad now, comes out, and he's the grandpa, and he's like, hey, you've got to go in. And I'm like, well, I know what's fucking coming, but I don't think I was prepared for this. He walks past all the family, and apparently, like, anytime anybody in a movie walks past their relatives by a deathbed, their relatives lose the fucking ability to speak. So everybody just sitting there, and here's this just little kid walking in, and his mom is just decrepit and shrunken and bald and just obviously dying.
Right.
And it was not the opening to the movie that I thought we were going to fucking see,
I
Rich.
know.
So
I
I'm
thought
going to
for sure the scene would get you.
No, I actually got mad. I did. I put down everything I had in my hands. I wiped my fucking hands off with my napkin. I threw it on the table. And I swear to God, this is a true story. I sat there and I just looked at the movie like, really? Because I honestly was just like, you know what? I'm going to fucking bail out. Like, I can't. That's too much. That is too much. Jesus Christ. Then he takes him back and he's like, fucking sit here for a second or whatever. And No,
It was a trap.
damn it. And then they move on to, he runs outside and obviously he gets, so she drops the hint and I had to ask Casey, what the fuck did he just say? What did she just say?
Your dad is an
your
angel.
dad's an angel.
Composed of love.
Composed of love. And you're like, okay, what the fuck does that mean? So he runs outside and you see the lights and it's like, okay, he's going to space.
Right.
That's what's going to happen. And then...
Because you've seen the previews.
No, it's not that. I mean, I just assumed that that's what we were going to get. I mean, we can't just fucking
It's called Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah, we can't just all around sit on Earth and deal with cancer all the time. Like, let's fucking get up in space and kick some fucking blue ass. So I should dive in here and say this. I had no build up for this movie at all. I am not a comic book fan. Were you a comic book guy?
Not really.
But
I wanted to be, but I never really.
So were you aware that this was a comic book before this even happened?
Yes.
Okay, so know me.
I knew it was a Marvel movie, yes.
Yeah, I knew it was a Marvel movie because it said Marvel before the
All
fucking
Marvel
chick got
movies are
fucking
comic
cancer
books.
and shit. Like, I mean, like, hey, Marvel explores cancer. And then fucking chick looks like powder and she just gives him a present or whatever and they fucking sit him in the hall and shit.
Powder.
Yeah, it's just, so fucking mad. And then the credits start and these credits start, Rich, and I'm like, what the fuck is happening? Everyone is in this movie.
Oh,
like
right,
every
yeah.
single person that comes up, like the first 10 is somebody.
Right.
I mean, Chris Pratt, obviously.
This was a big movie. This was a big deal.
It was big. I never went and saw it, but I remember it being a huge
Biggest star of the movie? Zoe Saldana, because of the movie Crossroads that I was in with Britney Spears. A lot of people don't know that. Vin Diesel, Bradley Cooper, Michael Rooker, fucking John C. Reilly, Glenn Close, Benicio del Toro.
Right.
He's one of the
Collector.
fucking greatest actors of all time. Greg Henry. I mean, it just, as I'm reading the credits, I'm just like, what the fuck? Like, what was the budget of this movie? Like, how much could this movie have cost, right?
How much did it cost?
This movie cost $195.9 million.
Is that a lot right now? That doesn't sound
I feel like
a lot.
it is, but then, and again, I didn't go see it. I didn't know that it was a success. I didn't know, but it made $773.3
Oh, I made a shit ton
million
of money.
almost $1 billion.
Yeah, this movie was a critical success and a fan success.
Well, I can definitely see why it was a critical success, and here's why. I came into this not knowing anything. I'm not a comic book guy. I actually think the Spider-Man movies are good because I liked Spider-Man, and I fucking know the theme songs way better than you, Rich.
I knew that was coming up.
And don't ever fuck with me on that shit ever again. What's the which podcast did we argue about that on?
There was a couple of them.
Yeah, so
one early on, and then the last one, I think it was maybe Batman.
Yeah, whatever. But I'm fucking right, of course.
You were right.
I'm going to say this. I went into this open-minded, as always. I knew I would like it because I like this kind of movie.
How did
I really
you know?
do.
Because you hate sci-fi.
No,
I thought you were going to be pleasantly surprised.
No. I like superhero movies. I really do. Like,
Oh, you do?
Yeah, I just don't go see them.
Okay.
But, I mean, I saw...
this was kind of not a superhero movie.
Yeah, but kind of it was. It's them kind of becoming superheroes.
Star Wars meets
Ish.
superhero kind of.
So I wondered to myself, by 30 minutes in, I'm like, how in the fuck is Rich going to pull clips for this? Because every line is hilarious.
It is.
I mean, like, laugh out loud
Right,
funny.
right.
I mean, we found ourselves on the couch literally thinking, all right, we'll sit here, we'll watch this. And, you know, I didn't expect it to be bad because there's, you know, I mean, there's obviously, it's got wheels. It's a movie
Right.
that's been around for a few years.
right.
But Jesus Christ, every line in this movie is so funny. I mean, like, and his character,
Peter Quill.
is so great. I mean, just I loved, and here's the thing, like, and I thought about you. I wondered if you, as you rewatched it, if you would think about me, because every character just says exactly what's on their mind all the time.
Right.
There's no beating around the bush.
Right.
You know, so like I was completely excited the whole time.
I said last week, you're going to love this movie.
I loved it. And I loved it because it was just like, you know what? Just, you know, I don't want to get too far ahead, but he's like laying on top of her. He goes, yes, I just couldn't see you out there floating around in space. I had to do something, and I did something very heroic, and I don't want to brag or whatever, but it's so funny because that is exactly what I would have said, you know?
Right.
And everything was just so, and so that, let's go characters here. Groot. He's the best character in the movie.
By far, everyone
Easily.
loves him. That's the easy answer.
He is so amazing with his facial expressions and stuff. Everything, you know, he's supposed to be the muscle behind his and Rocket's whole system. And
he's the hard and the soft.
he has the biggest heart in the movie.
Right.
He's the one
He's the heart of the movie.
You never see him betray anyone.
No, yeah.
Ever. You know, I mean, like, anytime like one of his friends is in trouble, he's just there doing what it is he has to do.
Exactly.
And he's the one guy who, you know, fast forward about an hour, gives his fucking life,
Right.
you know, for his friends.
Right.
And,
I think a good moment of his was they were walking into the town where all the people, you know, they're like, he's like, this isn't a respectable place or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And that group of little kids walks by and they all go, all go, watch your wallets. And he stops and like grows the little girl a flower.
Right.
Super
And
sweet.
the whole time you're thinking about, like, so here's what happened when I saw that. I'm like looking at her expression. I'm like, okay, she seems happy. And I'm like, okay, is this going to be like Game of Thrones? She's going to turn into some fucking crazy bitch and climb up him and like fucking set him on fire? Or is it like Yellowbeard and she's going to be like 3 shillings for a lump of shit and throw shit at him? I mean, I couldn't figure out, like, I'm just like,
She
oh,
was
she
just
looks so happy.
appreciative.
It was so amazing. And so I love that character. I love.
Have your
again,
kids not seen this movie either?
I don't know. I asked
feel like
Casey
Jack
this, so we
has.
think that maybe Jack has, and so. But so
But
I'm
don't you
going
want to
to
watch it with your
I do.
kids?
I
Absolutely,
do.
yeah.
But and then I love. So the girl, I love Gamora,
Gamora, right.
who is so great. The best writing in the movie, 100%. And I realize that Rocket has to be up there, but 100% Drax is the best fucking writing in the whole thing, because so we have a character in Bowling for Soup. So we do this thing where like you'll just so Gary does this thing where he's the agreeer all the time. Mm-hmm. So whatever I do right now, I'll give you an impression of Gary being the agreeer. Okay. So whatever I say right now, you repeat back to me the opposite. Okay. You ready? Man, I really do not like this burrito.
I love this burrito. It's
Man,
good.
this burrito is so good. I mean, I swear, like I'm gonna totally eat it. But I don't know that I'd come to this restaurant.
I love this restaurant.
This place is really great, though. I mean, I'm gonna recommend it to everybody, and you know, I just don't. I mean, you know, I know the taxi driver is going to be an asshole.
Taxi drivers are usually always
this
nice to
guy
me.
is going to be great. He is going to be awesome. So we have that character. That's called the agreeer. He agrees with everything. But then we have this guy who doesn't understand metaphors or sarcasm.
Right.
So just say anything. Just any sort of metaphor or whatever. Like,
You're an asshole.
No.
no, I'm actually not an ass. Actually, I think that happens in this movie.
We are
right?
totally going
Yeah.
to kick ass today.
Oh, you said metaphor. I just called you
we
an
actually
asshole.
can't kick ass. Like, we should not go around just kicking people's asses. But it also could be like,
Doesn't
man,
seem like an
it
efficient
is
fighting method.
it is fucking hotter than it's ever been. It'd be like, no, actually, it's been way hotter than this. I mean, like, and actually, let me Google that real quick, because this is not the hottest it's ever been. In fact, this is not the hottest it's ever been on this day. And so the funny thing is like, if you get into one of those characters on the Bowling for Soup bus, everybody tries to break you, and there's only a few of us that can do it and hold it together, and that's a lot of fun. So that's what it reminded me of. I just thought he held it together so great, because he's so terrifying at first, and the makeup was so good, but every line out of that man's mouth was fucking gold.
Gold.
Every
Agreed.
line. just, I mean, my favorite was, I just wanted to tell you guys how grateful I am that you've accepted me despite my blunders. It's good to once again be among friends. You, Quill, you're my friend. And Quill's like, thanks. And Drax is like, this dumb tree is also my friend. And like Groot grunts or whatever. And he goes, and this green whore is also. She's like, you must stop. So crazy because there's just no filter. It's like a dude from Chicago and like fucking, what do you call it?
Peter Cetera.
No. What's the thing where you like take two plants, cross section? Is that it? Like you put them together or whatever? If you did a dude from Chicago, Illinois, and you, Rich, this is him.
No, all this is a Vietnamese nail lady. That's all it is. Every time. There was a lady I used to go to regularly, and whenever I got pregnant, and she just goes, you got bigger. And I was like, yeah, I'm pregnant. She goes, oh, good. I thought you got fat. And I was like, oh, well.
If you did.
That's why I never went back ever again after I actually got fat. So I didn't want to.
So I'm sorry I got us off the soundtrack, man, but that it just does lead in.
So when he's walking around kicking the little monsters.
So this is the thing that I was trying to say. This is what got us into this whole fucking rap that I just did. He walks in, you don't even realize it's him yet. He's kind of on this planet and he's doing these scans or whatever, which they didn't really revisit it again. So I'm not really sure what I was seeing. Mm-hmm. He's on a dead planet apparently, and maybe these are. It
was like some kind of past life sign,
visions
so
or ghosts or something where that might have happened. And
right.
He gets in there and he just starts kicking these little fucking dinosaurs.
He puts in the tape, starts playing the music.
Yeah, and just he's kicking them in time, and then he just grabs one as the mic,
singing in it.
And oh my god, we've been watching Naked and Afraid, and I just want them to do that so bad.
So he cites Han Solo and Marty McFly as influence on his performance.
Yeah, I get that.
Man, I was just checking stuff out.
You don't look like a junker. You're wearing rabbit.
It's just the outfit, man. Ninja Turtle, you better stop poking me.
What is your name?
My name is Peter Quill, okay? Dude, chill out.
Move!
Why?
Ronan may have questions for you.
Hey, you know what? There's another name you might know me by. Star-Lord.
Who?
Star-Lord, man. Legendary outlaw. Guys.
Move!
I forget this.
He looks back. He's like, guys, come on. Nobody's heard of me.
I love that he tries to keep making that stick, and it never sticks.
And it's so good, though, that he, again, like, it's probably the greatest movie character for me. I mean, to go along with my anxiety, because he just says exactly what's on his mind. Right. He's just, it's like my friend Greg one time got punched in the face. He was just like, man, what the fuck? And the guy punched him in the face again. And he just goes, dude, stop punching me in the face. That hurts. Because that's fucking real. Like, dude, like, hey.
Peter? What happened?
Hey, Barit. Look, I'm gonna be totally honest with you. I forgot you're here.
Dude.
She's hot. I'd do her.
Oh, but it's so funny because...
What color was she?
I think she was red.
She
was red.
Okay.
Yeah. What?
No, I mean, it's a little
Are
racist.
you being passive?
You're supposed to say Native American.
Oh,
Jesus
don't
Christ.
Never talk about my people on this podcast ever again, you fuck.
This was my first exposure because I didn't see Jurassic World to Chris Pratt being kind of hot. Like, I've only seen him as like Andy, who I think is adorable.
So check this out. They auditioned shit tons of people for this. They were like exhausting everybody in Hollywood for this role. And the director, Peter Gunn, didn't like anybody. It was like an afterthought. We're like, what about this guy? I don't know. He's Andy from fucking thing, because they needed...
Which I love him on that too.
They needed his comedic chops for the role. Like, no one could do both. And so they had him come in, and he's fucking huge, as he is on...
what you're saying is he wasn't
No,
cut.
he had a big gut on...
Yeah, he wasn't cut.
Right.
He was.
No, it was more than he wasn't cut. He had a lot of weight.
I had an Andy crush too, but I just kind of
I loved Andy. That's not the point. My point is,
Are you guys talking about the kid on Toy Story right now, or what is happening? Which movie are we doing?
Yeah, he went to college now. He's legal.
his name is Andy on the show. So he came in and auditioned, and Peter Gunn instantly said, he's the guy. I want him. And they were even going to let him play overweight. Even though on the comic book, he's this ripped guy. You know, he's a superhero-looking guy. Chris Pratt said no. He said, give me 6 months. I'll lose the weight. Yeah. 6 months later, he came in looking like this.
Wow. Yeah, he did.
Is that great? He was going to lose 50 pounds. He lost 60 pounds.
I kept waiting for the part for Casey to tell me that he was symmetrical, because that's what she says when a dude is super hot. She'll just go, oh, he's symmetrical.
That's the definition
and
of hot.
I kept waiting for it. Even when he was getting the tomato juice shot at him or whatever. I'm like,
which is why I could never be hot, because I'm not symmetrical.
Yeah, well, you know, some of us used to be.
I would say symmetry is subjective, but it's not.
No,
it's literally science.
Yeah.
Hey, Yondu.
I'm here on Morag. Ain't no orb, ain't no you.
Well, I was in the neighborhood. I thought I'd save you the hassle.
Well, where you at now, boy?
I feel really bad about this, but I'm not going to tell you that.
Dude, again,
He's amazing.
he is so good. And the boy and everything. I mean, and the thing is that actually, if you go back, and I realize I've brought up Mallrats a bunch of times on this podcast, and you guys never react. So apparently, you guys
I've
do
seen
not
it one
have
time
the,
a million years ago.
But it's the same. He plays the same. He has the same intensity in everything that he plays,
Right.
and it's just so good, so good. And then you start to learn that, hey, this is the guy that went down and got him. And we're assuming for his father, and you find that
He was
out
cargo.
later or whatever. Yeah,
Right.
He's cargo, and he's like, wow, you kept me for 26 years, kind of thing. But I just love that. Everybody steals from everybody. Sorry about that. You're not gonna like this. So great.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna go and turn this in and just take all the money.
Exactly.
They call me terrorist, radical, zealot, because I obey the ancient laws of my people, the Kree, and punish those who do not. Because I do not forgive your people for taking the life of my father, and his father before him.
So you remember those puzzles that were like blocks? They were like block puzzles where you're like shifting it around and
The little squares and the plastic thing.
yeah, that was their ship. It was like a giant block puzzle.
Right.
Was their ship. Everything was like blocks shifting around and twisting, and
Don't you think he sounded like Vin Diesel here, though? Like, this is where I thought,
he didn't have enough grit in it.
I don't know, man. Because you know how Vin Diesel has that, like, put on thing.
Yeah, his was like
Vin Diesel.
Neither one of you guys is doing
I
a
know.
very
Hold
good
on,
Vin
I'm
Diesel
trying.
right now.
Hold on, I'm gonna get it in just a second.
All
It's
right.
like security. Wow, we go there. Oh wait, I'm not
This
even
guy's
doing
more
Vin
prim
Diesel.
proper.
No.
I'm doing the guy from Pulp Fiction.
Not
Ving
Vin Diesel.
Rhames.
I had it wrong the whole time,
You
guys.
actually did sound exactly like Ving Rhames.
Thank you very much, but I fucking did the wrong character. I wasn't even thinking Vin Diesel.
Man, sorry.
I'm sorry, guys. I fucked it up, man.
We'll
I'm
just
sorry.
rewind it.
I'm sorry too. that
Fucked
you
it.
did that.
We'll just rewind it.
What a Class A prevert. Right, Groot? Don't drink fountain water, you idiot. That's disgusting. Yes, you did. I just saw you doing it. Why are you lying?
At this point, you can't tell it's Bradley Cooper. I mean, it's
No, not really.
he's just doing great
Yeah, he's
voice
doing,
work at this
voice work,
point.
right,
He's
exactly.
got it figured out. So he's looking around and he's, trying to find
Stan
whatever
Lee
else
is
is going on.
Stan Lee is the pervert. You
Dude,
recognize him, right?
I love where he's just like, where's your wife, old man? And it's fucking Stan Lee right there. It's so good.
Yeah, he's in every Marvel movie.
Yeah, as he should be, I mean, he's also in Mallrats.
He
by
is
the
in
way.
Mallrats.
Is he really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Did he write Mallrats? Is
He
that a
did
comic
not.
book?
No, but he is in it. So that's the tie-in right there. How do you like that?
So Vin Diesel recorded "I Am Groot" like 1,000 times.
Yeah.
And when he recorded it on stilts
Oh, okay. So that like to get in the
character. He
Right.
had a voice coach.
So I feel like he's playing it like I'm a voice actor, but I feel like that's crazy. I mean, like,
Right. That's
yeah.
what I was expecting. It's like, that's crazy.
I think this character, he makes the movie. You ever see that movie, the Pixar movie WALL-E? Have you ever seen that, dude? I mean,
There was no words.
the things that he can do just with his little action and the things that he can say, Ava. Like the fact, it's just crazy how simple things can be.
Right.
Like sometimes I feel like, and maybe this is part of the deal. I mean, sometimes I feel like we can be a little bit too overexpressive. Right. And I think that goes both ways. I think it goes, if you're having an argument with someone, you're both saying way too much. And sometimes maybe a few words could get you both out of it and happy. And
is this directed at me? Something weird happening right now.
I am Groot.
As commissioned.
Where's Yondu?
Wanted to be here. Sends his love and told me to tell you that you got the best eyebrows in the business.
Oh, man. So this meeting, hilarious. So let's back up just a smidge. So we've seen him. We obviously know that he's the little kid whose mom died. He got taken up, and then we're realizing this. But I mean, dude, Jesus Christ, he's a badass. And at this point, we know it.
What happened?
This guy just backed out of a deal on me. There's one thing I hate. It's a man without integrity. Peter Quill. People call me Star-Lord.
You have the bearing of a man of honor.
Well, I wouldn't say that. People say it about me all the time, but it's not something I would ever say about myself.
Jesus Christ. It's so
People call me Star-Lord. He's still trying to make it stick.
Exactly. And you can tell she's like, nobody really calls you that.
I'm not going to call you that, Peter.
At all.
So we have the fountain fight.
You have Rocket and Groot.
Right.
Trying to get Star-Lord.
Right.
Star-Lord is trying to get the...
Away with the orb.
With the orb.
Back and forth with Gamora.
And they're trying to get that thing back or whatever. And the thing is it's like they're at a mall. And it takes... It's the thing. Like a lot of damage takes place before security shows up.
Definitely.
Like I feel like they should get paid.
I love when she pins him to the ground and she was like, "Fool, you should have learned." And he was like, "I don't learn. That's one of my issues."
Yeah, that's one of my... See, that's the thing. But here's what's funny is it's not said like Han Solo would say it, in that it's like cocky.
Right.
He's saying it as though like this is actual reality.
Right.
I don't learn.
Right.
Like that's the fucking... he's so endearing because everything he says is 100% real,
Right.
He's like the guy who you'd fucking buy a birthday cake for, and he'd be like, "It's not my birthday." And then the big muscly guy would be behind him going, "No, it's not his birthday. His birthday is in 7 days, and we will celebrate then."
Gamora, surgically modified and trained as a living weapon. The adopted daughter of the mad titan Thanos. Recently, Thanos lent her and her sister Nebula out to Ronan, which leads us to believe that Thanos and Ronan are working together. Subject 89P13 calls itself Rocket, the result of illegal genetic and cybernetic experiments on a lower life form.
What the hell?
They call it Groot, a humanoid plant that's been traveling recently as 89P13's personal houseplant / muscle. Peter Jason Quill from Terra, raised from youth by a band of mercenaries called the Ravagers, led by Yondu Udanta.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know how this machine worked.
What a bunch of a-holes. Transport all 4 to the kiln.
Dude, and I didn't even mention John C. Reilly when I went over all the cast earlier.
He's the best.
He seems so out of place, but it totally works.
It
totally works.
Oh my God.
But he seems out of place, but it works.
Here's the thing about him. So, no, we talked about this earlier. We did a pre-show thing with our friend Ashley C., who is a supporter on Patreon.
Should we
show
a little?
Yeah, why don't we get into let's get into some things that we discussed with her right now. All right, Ashley C., the infamous Ashley C. First of all, Ashley, how are you?
Good. Very good.
Thank you so much for being a supporter for the entire time we've been going. It's amazing.
Absolutely. I love the podcast.
Thank you. I'm sorry that it's our first time to hook up. I guess scheduling has been a thing, and you're a busy girl. And
yeah, you did that whole Europe thing, so.
Yeah, and then came back with the pig HIV. Now, where do you live?
I live in Arkansas, in Northwest Arkansas.
All right, so Ashley, here's the thing. What I like to do during these sessions is I'm going to ask you 5 random questions. Now, understand that these are going to be very random, and
He's just thinking of them now.
I'm going to think of them literally as I'm asking you, okay? So are you ready for this?
Ready.
Take a deep breath, deep breath. Here we go. Ashley, funniest line that you can think of from the movie Guardians of the Galaxy off the top of your head right now.
The pelvic sorcery line.
Fucking great. That's really good. Sorry, I'm not supposed to respond, but I thought that was really good.
Excellent.
All right, question number 2. If you're a guy, blue girl or green girl?
Green girl. I
That's
don't have to be a
exactly
guy.
right, everybody. Let's give her a round of applause. That's the right answer to that question.
I would have said red girl.
Very good. Very good. Oh, red girl, the John C. Reilly's wife? Or the one that's like the servant?
The one that was in the beginning, or the one that grabbed the gem in the middle. Sorry, I interrupted. Go ahead.
Those are two different red girls.
I know, but they're both red.
You just like red girls?
Apparently, I like the red girls.
Apparently, that's like a thing.
I had a really bad sunburn once,
Yeah.
and some dudes were into it.
Yeah, I'm sure they were.
I get that.
Jesus Christ.
Question number 3.
I know what to do. I was burping. I was trying not to burp on the thing because you edit it out every time I do.
And she probably doesn't want you burping.
Probably not.
Probably not.
Thanks.
Question number 3. Was the writing of Rocket being a raccoon the most hilarious thing in the history of comic books?
Absolutely.
100% it was. That's right, everybody. Let's give her a round of applause. Okay, number 4. Now, these get harder as we go, okay? We get harder as we go.
Less subjective.
He said that. All right, now, here's the thing. So, worst villain in this movie. Worst villain. You can describe him or name him by name. Now, there are several. Worst villain, and by worst, I mean best.
That would be Thanos.
Which guy is that?
It's the guy in the chair with the
guy.
rockets.
God damn it. No, that is the wrong answer. Guys, I'm
blue guy,
sorry.
right?
I'm sorry, that is wrong. No, the best and worst villain is the blue guy who can whistle and make an arrow just go kill people.
Michael Rooker.
And I'm
Yeah, I
sorry, gosh, you've missed the first question. If you get number 5 right, we're going to go ahead and give you number 4 so you get all 5. How about that?
And bonus question.
Okay.
And you get a bonus question from Rich. Number 5. At the end of the movie, they all stuck together. Had you been a member of that team, would you have stuck with them, told them to go fuck themselves, or told them all to take a shower before leaving?
Oh, that's a tough one.
Yep, this is a tough question.
I'm going to go with tell them all to take a shower before
That is
leaving.
absolutely correct. Let's give it up for Ashley C. She got all 5 right. Very good. Now you've got a bonus question. And now we've only had this done one time, right? That was by Dave Murray. Now, did he get all 5 and the bonus question correct?
I think so, yes.
All right. Now, Ashley, if you get this correct, you win a prize that Rich will think of, pay for, and send to you at his own expense. So that's very exciting, guys. All right. So, Rich, hit us with the bonus question.
Han Solo or Peter Quill?
Han Solo.
That is absolutely correct. You have won a prize that will be purchased by, sent by, and autographed by Mr. Rich Coleman, Ashley.
It is an envelope with a stamp on
It's
it.
an envelope with a stamp on it with your address handwritten. Hey, Ashley,
Awesome.
thank you so much for being a part of this. I mean, we honestly, it's so cool. I mean, we are having the time of our lives doing this podcast, and I hope it shows. And we couldn't do it without you.
Like, literally couldn't do it without you.
I've had a lot of folks try to kill me over the years. I ain't about to be brought down by a tree and a talking raccoon. Old?
What's a raccoon?
What's a raccoon? It's what you are, stupid.
Ain't no thing like me except me.
So this orb has a real shiny blue suitcase, Ark of the Covenant, Maltese Falcon sort of vibe. What is it?
I am Groot.
So what? What's the orb?
I have no words for an honorless thief.
Pretty high and mighty coming from the lackey of a genocidal maniac. Yeah, I know who you are. Anyone knows who you are.
Yeah, we know who you are.
Who is she?
I'm Groot.
Yeah, you said that.
Oh, my God.
I had to get all the I am
Yeah.
Groots in.
Oh, my God. It's so amazing. He's like, I heard it for the other 89 times you've said it. Yeah. Is that coming up?
Yeah.
Sorry. I fucking hate when let's talk about how this works, Rich. So Rich pulls quotes. I don't know what he pulls, and my job is to basically try to keep up and follow along and comment on some shit. And sometimes I jump ahead, but God damn it. I don't know how you did it on this movie. I really don't. I mean, I think literally every line is a one-liner.
Well, that's just as fascinating as the first 89 times you told me that. What is wrong with Tree here?
Well, he don't know talking good like me and you. So his vocabularistics is limited to I and am and Groot. Exclusively in that order.
Well, I tell you what, that's going to wear real thin real fast.
That is one of my favorite
I like
interactions.
vocabularistics.
Yeah, vocabularistics ain't as good as you and I. It's so good. I mean, I just feel like those interactions, because really, actually, to be honest, Rocket doesn't talk like that. So, like, all of a sudden, he's ridiculous.
I think he was doing that on purpose.
Oh, to be okay. Well, that would make sense.
It was sarcasm, almost.
Yeah, that would make
he was
sense.
like, we talk with all these fancy words.
What was it again? What was it?
Sarcasm.
What is that? Can you give me an example?
we haven't met him yet. We are not to that point. Again, the music kicks in here because Homeboy's listening to his Walkman as they're walking by, and he like slips in. Fucking music is amazing.
Yeah, it's just so. Every song is so well chosen,
and he's obviously emotionally attached to this Walkman.
Right, of course.
This is where he takes his shirt off.
That's true.
Sprayed by the orange
that did
stuff.
happen.
So we get that whole look, and that's where I expected Casey to say something, but.
Meaning,
now
like,
at this point, she's on the couch, and I keep having to ask her if she's paying attention.
He did this in 6 months. He went from Andy to Thor in 6 months.
Yeah, I mean,
what is our excuse here?
I can do that.
Let's do it.
Okay,
we're not going to do it. Never mind.
I can do it.
I could go from Thor to Andy in 2 weeks.
Let's make something clear. This one here's our booty. You want to get to him, you go through us. Or, more accurately, we go through you.
And he's like, I'm with them. It's like, okay, maybe they fucking know what they're talking about a little bit.
I just love how devoted Groot is to Rocket.
Yeah, well, they're best friends. It's just, it's obvious. There are touching moments throughout the movie.
Totally touching.
With those two. And even when
dogging on him and stuff.
Yeah, totally.
You still know it's the...
Well, you can understand. He's the only one that can understand him. Just like, I am Groot. And he's just like, what are you talking about? I am Groot. I love you too. Motherfucker, I am Groot. You had sex with who? I am Groot. What, an armadillo? We would never do that. I am Groot. A possum? Was it playing dead?
I
am
those
Groot.
lines.
No, that happened.
No.
Like, and the possum actually wasn't dead. That's the thing. Just
But here's the point.
Tree fucked her.
She betrayed Ronan. He's coming back for her. And when he does, that's when you...
Why would I put my finger on his throat?
What? Oh, no, it's a symbol. This is a symbol for you slicing his throat.
I would not slice his throat. I would cut his head clean off.
It's a general expression for you killing somebody. You've heard of this. You've seen this, right? You know what that is.
Yeah.
Everyone knows.
No.
when Drax looks at him, he's like, oh, no, I haven't.
No, I didn't know that.
So when Dave Bautista found out he got the role of Drax, the Destroyer,
Okay.
he actually broke down in tears.
Now, who is Dave Bautista?
He's a professional wrestler.
Okay.
Yeah, because he was overjoyed in getting the Marvel comic book role. He immediately signed up for extra acting classes in order to prepare for the role. So he took this shit seriously. He had to stand for 5 hours with his hands up on a bar holding 2 tennis balls that were on the bar so that they could do his makeup all over his body. 5 hours every day.
Yeah, Jesus Christ.
Right? They got it down to 3, and then it took 90 minutes for him to get it off. And Chris Pratt said that he was sitting near him doing his stuff while he was up there. Never complained one single time. He was just thrilled to be there.
You could sort of tell that just
Absolutely.
by, him. You could feel, I don't know, I feel like sometimes there are characters in movies where you could just feel how much the actor loves what they're doing.
Right.
And this was definitely one of those, man. He
Absolutely.
fucking sold it.
It's awesome.
He just killed.
Fucking killed
he
it.
really did. But dude, it's a general expression. Why would I stick my finger to my throat? And he's looking around, and then he goes, it just means you'll slit their throat. He goes, I will not slit his throat. I'll cut off his entire head.
I'll cut his
He's
head
like,
clean
yeah,
off.
and he's like looking back at everybody like, okay, we're on the same page, right? And then he's just like, you know what? I'm gonna keep your knife. And the guy goes, That was my favorite.
What I think is funny about his character is how long it actually takes them in the movie to say that their kind is very literal. So you kind of think maybe he's a dumbass.
It takes a while, right?
And then it's like multiple scenes later, they're like, no, like his whatever. What would they be? Like it's not a species necessarily.
But not only a dumbass, but super evil. But then you find out, like his reactions are just like,
they're like, no, his people are just very literal people. They can't understand that stuff. But it takes them so long to say that this scene you don't understand that's what he's doing.
No,
so
and that's just it. Because again, like, God, I think the writing of this particular character, and if this is from the comic, I'm sure it probably is. Mm-hmm. Jesus Christ, so hilarious and so good. And I mean, man, I'm laughing. By this point, I'm laughing in every single scene. It's so good. I'm just dying.
So this is,
but not literally dying. I wasn't dying. I just thought it was really funny. I just thought it was.
He was dying.
No, it wasn't. I wasn't dying. Actually, no. I just thought it was really funny. But actually, all of us are dying as soon as we're born.
Jesus Christ, I hate people say that. I bet you're the type of person that says that, Rich.
No, I've said it 4 times. All right, so we do a cutaway and we meet Thanos. Do you know who Thanos is? No, you do not, because you haven't seen any of the other Marvel movies. So Thanos is the big baddie. So in the Marvel universe, Thanos is the villain. He's the end-all, be-all, most powerful person in the universe that all of the other heroes have to join together to beat. So this is the first time we've
seen Marvel movies, though. I've seen Spider-Man.
That's not a Marvel. I mean, he's a Marvel character, but Marvel didn't.
I've seen Iron Man.
Well, the point. Okay, then you've seen Iron Man.
Just the first one.
Just the first one. So
I've seen other ones too.
All right, so there's Iron Man, there's the Hulk, there's Thor, there's Captain America.
I saw Captain America.
All those movies. You saw Captain America?
The one where he gets in
symmetrical.
The one where where he gets in the fight with the long-haired guy that used to be his best friend.
Oh, you saw the second one?
Yeah.
Oh, you didn't see the first one?
No.
Okay, that's the one we're doing in a few weeks.
We're doing Captain America?
Yeah.
We're like doing Captain America?
Totally.
You're stoked.
All right. So point being, all those characters came together for an Avengers movie.
Can I do the soccer goalie chick?
Oh my God.
Yeah, that's only fair.
Okay.
You talking about Hope Solo?
Yeah. Fuck it. We're cool. We're good.
He already knows what he's getting himself into.
Yeah, and why? You already know that's not good. Anyway, all right. All of these characters from the Avengers movies, Thor and Captain America and Iron Man, they're all coming together and they get together for the Avenger movie. Disney has a plan.
Right.
And the plan is the first movie is Avengers, the second movie is Avengers Ultron, and in the third movie is where they have the big baddie come in, and that's Thanos. In all of these movies that have led up to this,
they've never shown him.
They've had these Infinity Stones. So they've just sort of been appearing left and right. Like Captain America, there was an Infinity Stone.
Did you just say
Thor,
Phineas?
Yeah. Thor, there was an Infinity
There's
Stone.
104 days of summer vacation. The school comes along just to end it. So are Guardians of the Galaxy going to be involved in all that?
So there was an Infinity Stone in this movie. We saw that.
Yeah,
that
I
was
saw it.
So the whole point of the Infinity Stones is Thanos gets all of them, puts it on a glove, which he calls a gauntlet, and they're all stones on the gauntlet, and this makes him
like
the
Michael
most
Jackson glove.
Exactly. This makes him the most powerful.
He's the most bedazzled
being in the
villain.
universe.
Exactly. And so the Avengers, we're all leading up to this. Guardians of the Galaxy is going to be in Avengers 3.
Oh, they are?
Yeah, all the Avengers are going to be in the. So we're all leading up to this big Avengers 3 movie that's basically probably going to be the end of all of these movies as we know it, and then they'll reboot it or something. But that's going to be the big baddie. So that's why he was kind of like in 3 seconds of this movie. It's just spinning around in his chair, just sort of introduce him.
But one of the Guardians of the Galaxy is his daughter, adopted, which he tortured and made into who she is.
Right, not really his daughter. He's
adopted.
Adopted.
Yeah,
daughter.
and the other girl as well.
Right.
Who escaped.
Right.
If we're going to get out of here, we're going to need to get into that watchtower. And to do that, I'm going to need a few things. The guards wear security bands to control their ins and outs. I need one.
Leave it to me.
That dude there, I need his prosthetic leg.
His leg?
Yeah. God knows I don't need the rest of him. Look at him, he's useless.
All right.
And finally, On the wall back there is a black panel. Blinky yellow light. You see it?
Yeah.
This was so amazing on so many
Dude,
levels.
it's so good. So, hey, the prosthetic leg thing.
He's cracking up as he's saying
He
it.
is. And
But you
would
don't realize at the time.
Yeah,
No.
exactly. I didn't until I heard it this time.
Right.
And you would just think he would just go choke him out, and that'd be it.
No.
But my favorite thing about this scene was he keeps talking, and there's Groot. And I pointed out to Casey, I'm like, wait a minute, look at the background. And you can just see him going over. He just grows up.
He grows up.
And everybody's looking at him. Like, even the prisoners are reacting
And
like...
Drax is right there next to
he's
him
like,
looking
what
at him
the
going...
fuck is he doing up there? He just gets the battery. You know, it's
He's
like,
yanking on it, and
okay,
then
well,
just
you know
before
what?
he says
he
it-
goes, well, we'll have to do that last. He goes, well, okay, or we improvise and do it right now. So amazing. I
it
just
was
thought that was
fucking
so
amazing.
cool and so well shot. So well shot.
Definitely.
All of the prison stuff was great.
Nobody is killing anybody on my ship. We're stuck together until we get the money.
I have no interest in money.
Great. That means more money for the three of us. For the four of us partners.
We have an agreement, but I would never be partners with the likes of you. I'll tell the buyer we're on our way. And Quill, your ship is filthy.
Oh, she has no idea. If I had a black light, the place would look like a Jackson Pollock painting.
You got issues, Quill.
Totally ad-libbed.
Yeah.
He ad-libbed
Was
that.
it?
Yes.
It's so good.
Have you seen the clip of him as Andy on the show? Oh, God, we got to play this.
Everyone loves a good comeback story, right? Seabiscuit, the Mighty Ducks,
Robert Downey Jr., who
Rocky.
else? Yes.
Kim Kardashian?
Kim, well,
Well, in the video, she gets cum on her back, I think.
The whole cast is cracking up. He totally ad-libbed that.
Amazing.
Isn't it amazing?
That's unbelievable. That is so good, man.
Oh, my God. He's fucking hilarious, dude.
Man, that Ray J's got a big one. What's the age of a consent in Florida? That's taken from the song Clear Your Browser History by Jaret.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's why I didn't understand
Which
what you were doing.
Jaret does not.
Well, that's very true, yeah.
And then you're going to tell me who out there might want to buy it.
Sir, the high-end community is...
Oh,
the high-end
Oh,
community is... It's a tight-knit... The high-end community is a very tight-knit... I cannot possibly betray the confidentiality of my buyers.
Dude, I'm saying, again, he is so insanely... And he's already hinted at that thing, though. Before,
Right.
he did the thing where he pulled his...
But it didn't come out. Yeah, right.
And it's sort of, again, it's reminiscent of Tombstone, where Doc Holliday is like, when you put the fucking, the coat back
jacket,
behind the
right.
revolver or whatever, like, there it is. And he just shows, and people are fucking freaked out. And we find out why later.
Right.
But this deal was like, you know.
Yeah, that's fucking crazy. The coolest weapon I've ever seen
Well,
ever.
also, it's funny because his mohawk matches his attitude.
Right.
So it turns colors and shit, and like,
Right.
who the fuck is this guy?
Do they not have like mass production in space? Like, why doesn't everyone have this weapon?
I thought about that too.
Hundreds of years ago, the Tavan group sent workers in to mine the organic matter within the skull. Bone, brain tissue, spinal fluid, all rare resources, highly valued in black markets across the galaxy. It's dangerous and illegal work, suitable only for outlaws.
Well, I come from a planet of outlaws. Billy the Kid, Bonnie and Clyde, John Stamos.
Sounds like a place which I would like to visit.
Of course.
You should.
You should.
I fucking love that line so much because I love that he just shows the southern accent there, and I always think that's good. But you knew that something was coming.
Sure.
There, but it could have been anything.
Anything.
No, but John Stamos.
That
of course.
threw me off. Right.
Yeah, but
There's a lot of outlaws.
he's a villain to every dude in the world because he doesn't age.
Right.
You know,
He ages.
he does not age.
No.
He's looking a little rough these days.
He looks fine.
He
Y'all
looks
are wrong.
He looks 30.
Not symmetrical.
So, what'd you think of the severed head floating around in the universe?
Yeah, so it's a severed head
Right.
floating around, and it's a city. So it's this severed head of this huge.
It's a mining colony inside of a severed head.
Right, but also they're not even mining. They're bringing in like just fluids.
No, they're
of
mining the
people.
fluids from the head. That's what they were saying.
Oh, okay.
Everything that they were doing, they were getting from the head.
Right.
He looks great.
Yeah, he looks amazing.
He's like 73.
Yeah,
He's not 73. It looks like he's melting.
Yeah, let's give him a shout out.
He's like turning into bitter beer face guy.
Everybody go check out Fuller House.
Have you seen it? I want to see it.
It's actually really, really good.
I thought it would be good.
So my good friend Jeff Franklin actually created the show.
Oh, really?
And he created Full House.
Okay.
And he also created Fuller House.
Makes sense.
And him and John are doing this together, and it's
John
it's cool.
Stamos?
Yeah, it's
Oh,
cool. It's
okay.
cool to watch them. And
Can we get John Stamos on the show?
we could try. We could try. We could definitely get Jeff Franklin if that
would be a fucking awesome.
100%. Yeah, that could
All right.
happen. So if Jeff, if you're listening, hit me up.
What do you do with it?
Do? Nothing. You listen to it. Or you can dance.
I'm a warrior and an assassin. I do not dance.
Really? Well, on my planet, there's a legend about people like you. It's called Footloose. And in it, a great hero named Kevin Bacon. He teaches an entire city full of people with sticks up their butts that dancing, well, it's the greatest thing there is.
Who put the sticks up their butts?
What? No, that's just a
That is cruel.
just a phrase people use.
I just love too that first of all, so where I thought that was gonna go, I thought he was gonna go Ren McCormick. Because I thought, oh, he's gonna be like Ren McCormick teaches this whole city or whatever. Then
Wow, you remember the name.
what do you mean? Everybody wanted Ren McCormick hair for sure. Like I literally got home, I put the 8-track in. I tried to teach myself how to dance. I couldn't figure that out. So I was like, I want this haircut. And they could not figure it out back then. No, there was no, back then was it's when they would just cut straight all the time.
Right.
And you would leave there with the fucking
bowl cut.
Yeah, the Lloyd Christmas.
That's what my brother used to call me.
Yeah.
I went through a phase where I did like the Betty Page bangs, but maybe it didn't look as cool as I thought it did.
I just had a mullet.
According to my brother. So he always called it my Lloyd Christmas bangs. Hindsight, he's kind of right.
And he has the Lloyd Christmas right now.
Fuck yeah, he does. That's so true.
Yeah.
How does he pull that off? It works though, right?
Yeah, I don't know. He goes to the gym.
Fucker.
There were 6 singularities. Then the universe exploded into existence, and the remnants of these systems were forged into concentrated ingots. Infinity Stones. These stones, it seems, can only be brandished by beings of extraordinary strength. Observe. These carriers can use the stone to mow down entire civilizations like wheat in a field.
There's a little pea coming out of me right now.
That was the payoff.
Benicio del Toro is who
He's a weighty actor.
Man, I'm gonna go out on a limb. I swear to God, like, and I don't usually go on limbs. I like to stick to branches because I've gained some weight. But I do think that Benicio is up there.
Oh, definitely.
In the greatest actors of this generation.
Sure.
He can fucking literally do anything, and he sells it so much, you forget.
He's almost 280
You
for this role.
forget that he's acting. I mean, it's crazy.
Yeah.
You know he's there, and like once he turns around, it took a minute to figure it out, and then you're just like, oh, it's Benicio. And then just everything he did, and it's such a minor role here.
Yeah.
It's so minor. And
I think it's setting him up for the Avengers.
Maybe.
I think he has a big role in the Avengers.
Maybe, but the thing is like, oh my God, he just fucking everything he does is so great.
Even with white hair.
How could I think Tavon could contain whatever was within the orb?
What do you still have it for?
Well, what are we gonna do? Leave it in there?
I can't believe you had that in your purse.
It's not a purse, it's a knapsack.
You have to bring this to the Nova Corps. There's a chance they can contain it.
Are you kidding me? We're wanted by the Nova Corps. Just give it to Ronan.
So he can destroy the galaxy?
What are you, some saint all of a sudden? What has the galaxy ever done for you? Why would you want to save it?
Because I'm one of the idiots who lives in it.
Okay, so I have a few things I want to put out there right now.
All right.
So first of all, my favorite line got skipped over in this because I know
sorry.
you can't pull
There's
every...
so many. There was so
I know,
many.
I get it. But I love the fact that they get sent. It's almost like it's like Vegas is what happens to them.
Right.
They send them out. They're just like, everybody go out. Like, what are we gonna do to kill the time? And they all go out. And then what's his name? Dax. What's his name?
Drax.
Drax just goes, I think we should put more of this liquid into our bodies. And so that's my new shit, by the way. I'm just going to be all the time just like, guys, what should we do? Let's put more of this liquid into our bodies. So fucking great. Now, Rich and Casey, I will tell you a story that is 100% true.
All right.
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right, here it comes. When I was a kid, I got to be a little bit chubby in the 5th grade.
What?
I got a perm. And
That's always
the worst part.
And
everybody's go-to when they get chubby is to get a fucking perm.
I started to grow my hair out.
Oh, God.
So I grew my hair out, and I was in the 5th grade. And so back then, we used to we'd go around in the woods, and we would like catch crawdads. And so here's the thing, I looked like a girl.
I wonder if me and you kind of looked the same in 5th grade because I was chubby with a perm. We should compare pictures.
Not only did I look like a girl, I really look like a girl.
Too pretty to be a boy. It's what your mom always says.
My mom says you're too pretty to be a boy.
She still says it all the time.
And I will preface this by saying...
He's losing it.
Let's give Rich a second. Let's give him a second.
I'm crying.
Anyway, I look like a girl. So my parents took me on a cruise once. And every single night, the waiter's name, his name was Sydney. And he would call me Princess. Until the last night when I showed up in a suit.
Oh my God, that's hilarious.
So the point of this story is not that, it's this. My grandma made me a knapsack. And it was this white cloth knapsack that I would
said,
carry.
I am not a princess.
I would carry it around. We used to go in the woods and we used to do like a bunch of, like Huckleberry Finn shit.
Making out.
No.
A little bit.
Boys.
No, just go out and like,
some
I like
soft
fish
kissing on the
hooks in
mouth.
there and stuff like that. And so I went to the store called Gibson's. It was at McNeil and Kell in Wichita Falls. And I went and I was just like, I was going to get, everybody else got an icy. And I was like, I want one of those M&M cookies because I'm fucking fat. And so I ordered an M&M cookie and the lady gave it to me and I thought, okay, this is really nice. And I'm gonna go. But I walk into the store now. When I walk into the store and I go, I gotta buy some BBs. So back then you could buy BBs like right off the shelf. So I
for $1.
get the BBs and I walk in to the checkout line and the lady says this to me. Actually, I don't even think it was to me. This is what she said. Isn't she cute with her little purse? And I said, I'm a boy and this is my knapsack. And then I got my change. And I walked out.
Oh my God.
And I never spoke to that lady again. And I hope she's fucking dead.
I'm sure she is.
And fuck the waiter. His name was Sydney.
Sydney's fucking asshole calling me princess all the time. And my parents thought it was funny. No, my parents never told him. That was the thing. They would just laugh and, dude, and my brother's 5 years older than me. Like, you don't think that he thought it was funny?
Oh, he thought it was
my mom
fucking
still
hysterical.
fucking talks about it all the time. Like, oh, isn't it funny?
She's the one that told me.
Isn't it funny that Sydney thought you was a girl? And I'm just like, yeah, it's fucking funny to you. You know? Fucking shit.
I bet you were cute with your little purse.
It's a knapsack and I'm a boy.
Don't be ridiculous! Get back into your pod! You can't fit 2 people in there. You're gonna die. You'll die in seconds.
Now, they keep saying that they can't fit 2 people in there.
There's plenty of room.
fucking plenty of room in there.
What is the thing where you your face starts to turn to clay, and then as soon as you get oxygen, you're just fine?
You're fine. Yeah, no, they did this all throughout the whole movie. Like, your face starts tearing apart.
Right.
Shit's flying off
And
of
then
your
you're
face.
fine.
And then you're just fine.
Yeah.
Like, everything's back to normal.
Yeah.
Yeah. No
Yeah, it's
permanent
coming up
damage
big
whatsoever.
time, actually. It's coming up big time. When he grabs the, Oracle?
Right. Like,
he
his
grabs
face
it,
is just
it's
flying
melted
off.
off, just like the redheaded girl that you like so
and
much.
then he's just fine.
And then he's just fine. Coming
totally
in.
fine.
Like, oh, you made me a new ship. That's really nice. Okay. Great job.
I saw you out there.
I don't know what came over me, but I couldn't let you die. I found something inside of myself. Something incredibly heroic. I mean, not to brag, but objectively.
Where's the orb?
That fucking line is so amazing.
That's me, by the way.
Because that's 100% you.
That's totally me.
He literally is saying whatever it is that comes to his mind and just putting it right out there. And that's you.
I am Groot.
Save them? How?
I am Groot.
I know they're the only friends we ever had, but there's an army of Ravagers around them, and there's only 2 of us.
3.
God, you're making me beat up grass.
So let's talk about Rocket's character. Normally, if you have a raccoon as a sidekick, he's going to be a throwaway, but he does have so much brains and obviously knows.
And the CGI works so well.
It does.
Like, you don't get bogged down on, oh, this is some CGI character.
Right.
It's just
right. Now
Rocket.
explain to everybody what CGI is. If they've
Computer
never-
graphics, basically.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so commuter graffiti.
I don't know what the I is. The computer
INCs
graphics.
or whatever, something else.
I don't know what the
Yeah,
I
so
part
that
is.
just means that stuff is being added via computer.
Correct.
So he's never on screen, right? Or is there someone playing him? Like, what happens?
No, I think it's probably just like a little person that's doing it.
Yeah. Are you now by little person?
Are
do
you just
mean
being
little
politically
person?
correct?
No, like little
or-
person. They probably is an actual little person that's just sort of standing there,
Like a
so
little
that-
person, or
No, like a midget. Is that what you're trying
oh
to?
no, you can't say that.
You assholes.
You can't say that. Jesus Christ!
I have a plan. You've got a plan. Yes. First of all, you're copying me from when I said I had a plan.
I'm not. People say that all the time. It's not that unique of a thing to say.
Secondly, I don't even believe you have a plan. I have part of a plan.
What percentage of a plan do you have?
You don't get to ask questions after the nonsense you pulled on Nowhere.
I just saved Quill.
We've already established that you destroying the ship that I'm on is not saving me.
When did we establish?
Like 3 seconds ago.
I wasn't listening. I was thinking of something else.
She's right. You don't get an opinion. What percentage?
I don't know. 12%.
12%?
That's a fake laugh.
It's real.
Totally fake.
That is the most real, authentic, hysterical laugh of my entire life because that is not a plan.
It's barely a concept.
You're taking their side?
I am Groot.
There is so much 5th grade shit going on, by the way. First of all, you're copying me. Jesus, remember that?
Yes.
Like, just like, you're copying me.
Right.
You're going to this movie. You're copying me.
That's a serious fucking 5th grade offense.
No
okay?
shit. Are you? Oh my God. You're copying me. You're going to see Guardians of the Galaxy tonight. I'm not copying you. I was just going to go see that movie too.
Are you kidding me? We have 2 blonde girls that live within a block of each
And
other
they
in our
continue
family.
to copy each other. They get the
my
same
that
shoes.
met in 5th grade who constantly, even though every trend is the exact same between all girls their age,
Yeah.
are constantly copying
God.
each other.
Then there's the fucking fake laugh thing, which is actually, let's accelerate that to like the dude who fake laughs after everything that he says. You know?
I listen to a podcast and the guy fake laughs.
I
every
can't
time. It's
stand the fucking
horrible.
fake laugh.
Is it
Like,
ours? Is it Jaret?
No,
I
it's
would,
not ours.
I
Just
would,
checking.
I swear to God, like I would rather no one laugh than fake. So hey, Case, don't you feel like when I fake laugh, I try really hard, but I'm not good at fake laughing?
I wouldn't know because everything I say is so funny that I know.
I mean, like with
all
everybody
the
else.
laughs are
I mean, like
genuine.
everybody else. Like in general, I do try really
Yeah,
hard to
your
fake laugh.
No, but your fake laugh, it's totally fake.
It is
Yeah,
bad.
you Chuck E. Cheese them with your laugh.
I
like
Chuck
it's
E.
a
Cheese
thing.
the shit out of everybody.
When you go,
hey, oh man,
you just did it like 2
that's
seconds.
hilarious.
Ah.
Hey,
No, your fake laugh is that's funny.
oh right.
No, he doesn't.
Yeah.
Mean, oh man.
No, that's actually not a fake laugh.
That's a
So,
fake
no,
laugh.
that's not. Actually, I have a thing where
When
I
you say that's actually funny.
Right.
That's a good joke.
That's not-
the worst fake laugh ever.
that is not a fake laugh. That is me acknowledging that you have said something so
no,
funny.
if it's funny, you fucking laugh.
No, you don't laugh at
That's
anything.
what funny
You're a
is.
fake laugher from way back. Here's what's funny. Funny is hilarity and knowing what makes other people laugh.
But if it's funny, you can't help but laugh. And you help but laugh all the time. And you
He
just
just
say,
does the Larry
that's
the Cable
funny.
Guy.
Now I'm standing. You all happy? We're all standing up now. Bunch of jackasses standing in a circle.
Oh, God. So great. And so Casey looks at me, she goes, right? Like, why does everybody have to stand up during situations like this? Like, it really is true. It's like we could have come to the same agreement and kept sitting down.
Yeah.
It would have been just fine. And I love that he has to stand up on something. So they made him a raccoon, right? A raccoon. He's a bandit, so to speak.
Right.
And, you know, could there have been another animal that they could have written in that would have been better than a raccoon? And I'm going to be honest, I think it's hard.
Well, with the name of Rocket, it is hard because alliteration, you know, it can't be Rocket the Bear. It has to be Rocket the R. So
Right.
it'd be
Well, that's
Rabbit.
just his nickname. That's not even his name.
Well, you don't know what his name is.
His name's like a bunch
It's
of
like
code
1
numbers
5
and
4
stuff.
7 4 3.
He calls himself Rocket. That's what they said.
Right.
He wasn't given a name, so he
Right.
gave himself a name.
And if you're gonna give yourself a name, Rocket's a pretty good one.
Rocket!
Did you ever give yourself a name
It's
ever?
better than
Actually,
Star-Lord.
so my friend,
I know you named your penis.
my friend Matt English had
Cowboy.
had a little brother. So we were in band together, and so his brother was. We were in high school. His brother was going to Barwise Elementary School.
Is your penis named Little Cowboy or just Cowboy?
Just Cowboy.
All right.
And so his brother named himself Rocket. And he was this skateboard nerd fuck. Anyway, people still fucking call him Rocket now. And we're like, he's close to 40 now.
I've got a friend named Penguin, who we all called Penguin, clearly, who I've seen since high school. And that's what we called him. That's what we introduced him as. That's what he introduced himself as. You'd be like, oh my God, Penguin. And he now is like, please, for the love of God, stop fucking calling me that. He hates it.
See, Peter
Fucking
Quill would kill for that
hates it.
stick.
Rocket, baby. Come on. Guitar. Does.
Dun, 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 dun. Are you talking about Def Leppard?
Oh, no, I don't know what you're talking about.
What?
No, nothing.
No, Groot. You can't. You'll die. Why are you doing this? Why?
So we skipped over the whole Battleship Galactica fight thing.
Everybody knows what happens.
We did. It
Wait,
was.
You didn't have anything to say about that? I just didn't want to. There was no clips to take during that part.
No, I just honestly, I felt like it's just insanity. Because you could go so many ways. Like, how do you know that all these people, like, how does not one fucking hero get shot down?
That's true.
You know, like, this is crazy. How many
They read the script? I don't know.
How many they sent out was crazy. Seriously, it's like,
What
do you
did you
watch?
feel about
do you watch Naked and Afraid?
No.
Have you ever seen Ants?
No.
Okay, well then we didn't miss anything.
Okay.
At all.
But seriously, you're talking about the joining all the ships together to.
No. I'm talking about when they say send everybody, and they all come out, and it's
Right.
fucking crazy. It's like thousands and thousands.
Thousands, right? It's a whole planet full of ships.
When they joined everybody, I thought it was the coolest thing I've ever seen.
You like that? That was a cool.
I thought it was so fucking cool.
Because you like
original.
teamwork.
I do. That's fucking teamwork. I do like teamwork. But I actually thought it was really cool because I thought it was a new take on things.
Yeah, because we'd never seen anything
No,
like
you
that before.
see a whole planet of people banding together to work together
Stop this
to
monolithic.
No, but
blocks
even
puzzle.
that they're just defending themselves.
Right.
They just want to rescue their
Sure.
fucking inhabitants, you know?
No, they just want to knock it blown the fuck up.
That too.
Well,
I think that
that
had
is
something
a
to do
thing
with it.
too,
yeah.
The funny thing is, by this point, though, they're like, we've evacuated the planet. It's like, where the fuck did everybody go?
I think that would have been visible.
Yeah, right?
Yeah. About the back. There's like a back door to the planet.
Yeah, 100%. You just fucking, you take a slide down. It's like evacuating.
It's a chute.
Yeah, something. It's like fucking laundry.
You see that a lot in movies, people going down chutes. I don't think I ever want to go down a chute of any sort.
I would be okay with it.
Now, if you did that,
It's a laundry chute with the laundry basket.
and then if you rolled a 2, would you go up the ladder?
So Groot basically changed himself into one of those things you put on your coffee table in a bowl.
I did not even think about that. But yes, one of those things that could fucking hang from a tree if you'd like.
Yeah.
It's essentially a Christmas ornament.
Wait, what?
Disguised
He did a
as
little ball. He made
branches.
himself into a
Yes,
ball.
as like a bunch of things that you could set in a bowl. Yeah,
Remember
did.
he grew into a ball and everyone's inside of him.
I just realized you're talking about. I thought you were talking about the little potted plant guy.
Oh,
Okay,
no.
Now I get what you're saying. Yeah, he is. He's just a decorative.
Decorative ball you put in your
The thing that I
coffee
thought
table.
was
Centerpiece.
interesting was, though, is that he did have the ability to grow things upon himself.
Right.
He could.
The fireflies were
Fireflies.
actually not in the comic book. That was something they just added into
just-
the movie.
and he did
'Cause it
that
was
twice.
Right.
So if he get, even if he gets blown up, wouldn't there just be like one piece of him that could just regrow himself into himself all of a sudden?
Yeah, that happened at
That
the end.
happened, right?
No, but like, why does that have to be small? He can grow himself into a ladder.
Right. I don't know.
He's got to regain his powers. He just got the shit blown out of him.
Hey, obviously, whoever wrote the script wanted us to think he was dead so that they could say he's not
You
dead.
didn't answer my question though. Could there have been another animal that could have been?
Oh, I think a rabbit would have worked with big floppy ears.
Totally agree.
Fox?
A fox would have been good. I
Fox
actually
is about the same.
no, but
Shut
I
up.
think Sly. I actually think that would. Those are both great ones. Anything else? Anything else?
Wolverine.
We have it. Nope.
nope,
Nope.
that's the
That is
worst.
wrong.
That's already in the Marvel universe
Yep,
anyway.
that's what?
Wolverine.
No.
X-Men.
That's
Wolverine.
in Marvel.
That's
So
Hugh
is that
Jackman.
guy going to be in all the stuff
Hugh-
too?
Yeah.
See,
Now,
this is too much, guys.
No.
Yeah,
Another. They are supposed to be in the same universe, but another studio owns X-Men, so you can't mix them.
I love
And
X-Men.
as a matter of fact, Spider-Man is his own movie and not in the Avengers because he was owned by Sony, and so he couldn't be in the Avengers.
Was
because
he originally an Avenger?
Yeah, he's an Avenger. He's supposed to be in the Avengers movies,
You think
but
they would
he's
just
not
be
because
dicks
Sony owned
and
him.
let it be a thing?
But apparently they did a deal. He's actually in the Captain America Civil War that's coming out this
I'm
year.
gonna have the fucking Spider-Man theme song stuck in my head for the rest of my life.
Yeah, that's probably going to happen. And then now, who is Spider-Man now?
Some guy I don't
Not
know.
Tobey Maguire.
No,
No,
not
it was the
Tobey
dude from that
Maguire.
Facebook
No, not
movie.
even him. Not even him in the new one.
Oh, I didn't even see it after that one.
Andrew Garfield. Yeah, it's not him either. It's some dude that I don't know.
Nerds.
Your salvation is at hand. Be Santa!
Child, things are gonna get easier. Ooh, child, things will get brighter. Listen to these words. Ooh, child, things are gonna get easier. Ooh, child, things will get brighter. Then bring it down hard. Someday, put it together.
What are you doing?
Dance off, bro. Me and you.
Gamora.
Subtle. Take it back.
What are you doing?
I'm distracting you, you big turd blossom.
What is wrong with Big Turd Blossom?
It was just an awkward line.
It
You
was
just said it
perfect.
awkwardly.
I thought it was good. Also, but I just don't
wrong.
understand. Like, here's the thing. Like, if this guy is so evil, why would he just blow him away when he first starts dancing?
Right.
He's not Ren McCormick.
He's
not even the guy who he's not even fucking Chris Penn. He's not even let's hit for the boys. He's not even that guy.
He could be Turbo.
Who was Turbo?
Special K.
Special K.
Special K is a horse tranquilizer drug taken by raver kids in the early 2000s.
Ozone.
Oh, we're in Breaking. Okay, got it. Special K is Kelly.
Right.
Ozone, yeah. Break dancing. Ooh, 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 break out. Here's the thing. So
he was distracted.
We missed a couple of things. So
sure,
as they're trying to figure out how they're going to battle him,
they were gonna like dance battle him or
no, but Rocket's like, and we need that guy's eye. And he just starts laughing. And he's just like, no, we don't. He's just kidding. And he's like, no, we need the eye. He's like, so funny. And then they send him a message. And what is the dick message, babe?
Oh.
He goes, I don't mean to be an asshole, but I'm only half an asshole, even if I'm 100% a dick.
No, he says I'm not 100% a dick, and then
Oh,
he goes. So she goes, do you believe this? And he goes, well, I don't believe that anybody could be 100% a dick.
Yeah,
They got my dick message. Like,
yeah,
it was the best.
he's super excited because the fighters show up to fight the evil guy, and he's just like, they got my dick message, and he's so excited. It's so ridiculous.
You're mortal. How?
You said it yourself, bitch. We're the Guardians of the Galaxy.
they're the Guardians of the Galaxy.
And they get named that by the bad guy.
The bad guy said it.
Mm-hmm.
Never name your foe.
No.
Never.
Also, don't send dick messages. Girls don't like that.
Right. They hate
we missed my favorite line. Drax is like, he's got this guy pinned up against the wall, and he just goes, finger to the throat means death. And he kills the dude, and he just goes, metaphor. So good.
That's not a metaphor.
Every fucking line is so
Genius.
great by him.
Yeah,
I mean,
awesome.
just fuck, dude. I don't even know how you went about pulling clips for this because
fucking
I feel like
impossible.
You
every
did a good
single
job.
line
Thanks.
you did. Like I feel like every single line was a one-liner.
Yeah.
This was such a good movie, such a breath of fresh air. I mean, again,
Groot did not die.
no, he's dancing.
He's a little baby
He's a
Groot.
little baby
Little
Groot.
baby Groot, and he's dancing. Did you watch after the credits or like during the credits when he's all dancing and then
Drax will
will
look
look
over
at
and
him?
he stops.
Yeah,
He stops
doing it. Yeah,
Did you watch at the end of the credits
no.
to see the collector? After the credits were over, there's a scene like with every Marvel movie. You should realize this now.
We weren't watching it. We didn't. We watched it like on TV. We could just go back to the beginning, so we didn't have the after.
Oh yeah,
credits.
so actually we brought it up. This is interesting to know, and everybody should do this. If you have AT&T or DirecTV, it's on Stars right now, so you can. If it's
Oh, you should post that.
Yeah. So, but I mean, it was on. We just rewinded it.
You can go
and
right to the
it's-
beginning.
Oh, okay.
It's free.
So at the very end, after the credits, you see the collector sitting in his blown up collector workshop. And then you hear this person talking. It's I can't remember what he said, but he says blah 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 blah. And then they pan over and it's fucking Howard the Duck.
Oh,
Because he's a Marvel character.
right. Is Leia Thompson there in her panties?
She's not.
It's like 43
But he
minutes in,
looks.
I believe. I
They
used to
didn't even
masturbate to that.
They
all
didn't
the
even
time.
try. Right. They didn't. We know this.
I'm not kidding.
No, I know. We know this from like episode 1.
We know
Space Camp.
this.
Okay, sorry.
So he's sitting there in one of the collector's things that are all shattered now, and he's just sitting on the edge of it because I guess he got out of his cage or whatever. And he looks just as bad as Howard the Duck movie from George Lucas.
The 80s or whatever.
Yeah, he looks horrible. It's not CGI, doesn't look like a duck, it's just a person in a duck costume, basically.
That's unbelievable.
It's hilarious.
I swear, we do need to start thinking about our special guest because Eric could have tied a bunch of this together. I have a bunch of nerds.
Why don't you have?
I thought I was y'all's special guest.
Oh, that's right.
I just
No,
never
you're
fucking
just-
left.
You never tied
You're
anything
just part of the show.
together.
I feel like now you're gonna be like I'm gonna write a new theme song. I think.
Nah,
Casey. We'll
I
just
don't
throw
need to do
her
all
in.
that.
Instead of repeating, this is Jared Goes to the Movies, and you can just put, and don't forget Casey.
I'm not on it all the time.
That's your problem.
Sometimes Pitch Perfect 2's on downstairs, and I gotta think it over.
All in all, man, I think this was such a fucking great movie. Like, this is gonna
Great
be
movie. I knew you'd love it.
Honestly, like I haven't laughed this hard
Yeah, like I'm excited to see the second one.
at a movie
Yeah.
in a long time. Just so geniusly written, so well acted, and
Fun,
man,
super
so
fun.
and superhero-y, and just enough of all of the aspects. And there was good shootouts, and there's good spaceships flying into mountains and shit. Like everything was awesome.
Yeah.
So I'm regretful. It took me a few years to watch it, but I am also very, very happy that us doing Jaret Goes to the Movies allowed us to watch it together, guys. Yeah. I really like
Even
you
though I
guys.
didn't really watch it together with you. But
I
yes.
really like y'all. You guys are great.
You guys are awesome.
That's why Jared can't watch movies like this. He gets Batman voice. It's fucked up.
What else you got, Rich?
Check us out at JaretGoesToTheMovies.com. And we're on Facebook. If you go to Facebook.com/JaretGoesToTheMovies, we're on YouTube.com/JaretGoesToTheMovies podcast. And then we're on Twitter, Jaret Movies.
And we have a great time all the time. Thank you to our Patreon followers. If you guys want more content, we have it for you. Just go to JaretGoesToTheMovies.com and click on support. My goodness. This has been a fun night. It really has.
Yeah.
Rich, suck a dick. Case, I love you so much. Everybody else, see you down the road.